guys. Well, we're back. Look at the cutie I have with me today. For anybody who hasn't seen my other videos, I do the show with Teddies because I use my iPad and the camera's off to the side. And it tends to make me want to look at the picture. And if I look at the picture, it looks like I'm cross-eyed or something. I'm looking in the wrong way. Okay? So I look at the Teddy, and then I'm looking at the camera, which means I'm talking to you. Makes it easier for an older woman like myself to stay focused. Okay? But I had to bring somebody that was a little youthful today because we're going to have a shot of information from somebody very youthful. And that would be my great-granddaughter. And she was with me for the first 5 years of my awakening. She was 8 months old when I got her. And then last summer, her mother had another child. So she now stays at home with her mom and her new brother. But her and I had some amazing experiences with the spirit world while she was here. And she has a message for you that is going to be so fitting for this video that I'm going to fit the clip in at the appropriate time. Okay? And her name is Ella. So when you see her, you just imagine having her around for 5 years. It was a blessing, and you'll see what I mean. All right? Okay, so today now we're going to start to talk about fear. And you think, oh, geez, I know. That's why I'm in all these beautiful bright colors today. Because we need to keep that positive energy going. And as long as we talk about things that are not the most pleasant, but yet we can see the brightness and the colors and all that, it kind of helps us keep that balance in our energy. It does for me. Maybe it doesn't for you, I don't know. But that's something for you to think about. Also, I've learned that the colors you wear or the foods that you eat, if you're needing healing, then stay with the greens and that type of thing. Okay, that brings in healing. So eat green foods and kind of wear green clothing and bring green in. And the angels know, they'll know. And look at your different chakras, see which chakras might be blocked and what color represents that specific chakra, or if you need help with a certain area. I mean, it's just a little something to add into today, because you know how my mind goes off. You're pretty used to it probably by now. This is, I don't know, 7 or 8 videos. Tomorrow is a week, and I want to thank everybody because our very first video hit its first 100 views today. And that was kind of a nice feeling when I woke up. So fear. What is it? Where does it come from? We're not born with it. All right? But somehow we develop it. It's a learned behavior. Believe it or not. And it starts when we're really young. All right? And somehow, somewhere, we hear about the boogeyman.
Boogeyman's not scary.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not. He's a man. He's just a boogeyman.
Oh, he's a boogeyman?
Yeah.
What does he do?
He just scares people as shit.
What?
He scares people as shit.
Really? And when Ella first came to me about having the boogeyman and having, nightmares and all that, we talked about it, okay? And then I actually went out and we went shopping at the metaphysical store and she got a little dream catcher, okay? Now the idea of it, and I'll be quick about it, is that the net stops all the negative energy from reaching you while you're sleeping. And therefore, only the good energies and the nice dreams can get through. So I actually got her one, and I hung it in her bedroom, and I have one by my bed. I will never ask anyone, even a child, to do something that I will not do myself. So if I ask you to try something, it means I've already tried it. And it means I know it can work. Okay? Just a hint. So I talked to her, and we hung it up, and the next morning I said to her, Ella, How'd you sleep? Good. Any dreams? No, Gigi. And I mean, she was just ecstatic when it dawned on her. All it took was that little positive added to a negative, okay? To reinforce. All right? Watch what they watch before they go to bed. Be surprised at some of these children's shows that they can pick up on, if they're on an iPad or if they're on YouTube. Monitor it. Look at it. Sit down with them like you want to watch their show. Don't say anything. Because then you're adding negative to negative. All right? But this is where fear comes in. It starts then with children. And it's up to us to teach them not to be afraid. But can you teach something if you can't do it yourself? And I thought I had worked through when I started speaking of with the other side, and they talked about fear and letting go of your fears and everything. In that aspect and in that time, it was great. And it meant about letting go of the fear of the spirit world. It meant letting go of your fears around spirituality. It meant letting go of the fears about what people would think of you because you got into, this metaphysical aspect of things. And I thought, so when this part of me started to open up through the ascension, I thought my chakra was, clear, because this is part of your root chakra. This is what, the way the angels described me, to me, it's like, this is our home. This body is our home while we are here. And when you go to build a home, you have a good base, all right, because you don't want it falling down or sinking in the mud or whatever the case might be. You have your walls and your roof, obviously, and all of that. You decorate it however you want. That's going to make you the happiest. But then you ground it. Okay? And that's so that lightning cannot strike. Now, in this field, you're going to hear about people talking about getting grounded. And to get, to get grounded, we've got to cleanse that very first chakra. That's your root chakra. That's in your groin area, okay? And when you cleanse that chakra, that's the first step. I would suggest that's the first step. To me, it was the hardest. And I've always said, I work with the hardest, and then everything else seems easier. But you have to get rid of all your fears. You have to work on them, and this does not happen overnight. And do not bang your head against the wall like we talked about, because you mess up. If you find yourself mess up, retract it right away. Say, oh, I got it. I'm sorry. Don't send it out to the universe, please. I'm sorry. I messed up. Now, this is what I meant. Just say it out loud. If you're worried, if you're in the public, you're worried about, oh, no, you've got a phone call. Yep, just put it out there. And if you're someplace else, you can say it telepathically. But sometimes I find, this is my own personal feeling, when I say it out loud, it's like it releases it from me. All right? And once I release that from me, then it's lost control. And when it loses control, that's part of grounding. So, eating better, the more you can feel good about who you are, the more you can feel good about paying attention to you, treating yourself like you are your best friend. The more grounded you'll become. All right? Then just go out there and stand out in the grass or in the yard. Let the sun rays beat on you. Stand there and close your eyes and picture the roots of your soul extending down through every ounce of your body. And then they expel out through the feet, and they sink down into Mother Gaia, the earth. And when you get down into the center of the earth, I want you to visualize all these big roots of all these masters and ascended masters that have been there before you, times that you've been there. Take one of those and wrap that life cord right around there. Wrap your roots all around there, and you hold on to Mother Gaia for all you're worth. Excuse me. And you're going to find that life changes. Because of what you want to do mentally, any time that you feel fear, any time that you feel it coming on, take yourself back to that place, that one special place, and remind yourself of how you felt when that happened, when you did that, all right? Because fear comes out of nowhere. It really does. You know, and now, when I was thinking of this today on my walk, you know, fear itself kind of takes on generational forms, is the way I looked at it. And like I said, when you're a child, fear starts to come into your life because you're, afraid of the boogeyman, afraid of a sound, afraid of the dark. Something that you have watched, something you have seen, something somebody said has installed the beginning of fear.
It's not scary.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not. He's a man. He's just a boogeyman.
Oh, he's a boogeyman?
Yeah.
What does he do?
He just scares people as shit.
What?
He scares people as shit.
Then you get to adolescent. What is worse than that? Really? It's a growth period. And so many of us stay stuck there. It's where you start worrying about what you look like. Worrying about boys, worrying about girls. Do they like me? Do they not like me? Is this the right clothes? Is this the right hairdo? Do I look like, the magazines? And it all starts. And we're not talking just girls. You guys have some of those feelings too. You guys have insecurities. You guys are starting to worry about whether you look like, what is it, G Magazine? I think that's the one for men. I've often wondered, because we're so visual, would we have the same interest in a partner, in a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever the case is, if we couldn't see? Did I say that out loud? I think I did. Think about that. If you couldn't see, you might be attracted to somebody totally different because you're going to go then by the energies around your body. There's been studies done on that, I believe. And I found that amazing. And just an amazing thought. But we're going to have to do another video that continues with this on fear. Because there are a lot of aspects of it that I would like to. We may have to do 2 or 3. I don't know. But I'm going to do as many till I feel that you've got everything that you need to know to move ahead. Can you believe it's already been almost 14 minutes? Boy, time goes by fast with you. I guess that's part of love. All right. Let me bless you. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Namaste.